My name is Andrea. Welcome back if you tuned in last time, and thanks for checking in if this is your first time on the site. Question: do you ever feel like you're talking to a brick wall? How about feeling frustrated because it seems like you have to repeat yourself? Do you find yourself arguing about the same issue but not getting anywhere? Hello, is anyone out there? Can you hear me? Communication. It seems simple enough, but is it? I mean, you probably learned to talk at the age of 2, but is there a difference between talking and communicating? I'm a big dictionary person, so I looked it up. Talking is engaging in speech, while communicating is to share or exchange information, news, or ideas, to connect with others. As a counselor, I've seen a lot of people who struggle with the issue of communication and the impact it can have on their lives. And even though I communicate with others for a living, I still have a lot to learn. So I thought it would be helpful to start a conversation about communicating. Here are 3 things to think about. Number 1, how you say something is just as important as what you say. Back in the day, there were things called silent movies. Some of you may remember them or heard about them. They were movies made with, you guessed it, no sound. No sound? You may be asking yourself, how would you know what was going on if you couldn't hear anything? Well, the actors communicated in other ways, using facial expressions and body language. Okay, so maybe this wouldn't fly today, but it raises a good point, that a lot of communication doesn't involve words, but relies on things like facial expression, body language. It's called nonverbal communication. Being aware of how you say things can have a big impact on how others interpret and respond to what you say. Some other things to be aware of include, are you smiling, frowning, rolling your eyes? Is your tone threatening, disinterested, or welcoming? Are your arms crossed? Are your fists clenched? Are you slouching? Let's consider an example. You're arriving home from work and notice smoke coming out of the windows. You see your neighbor and say, my house is on fire. Or, my house is on fire. Both are sharing an idea, but convey a very different message and produce a different response. Number 2, communication can fall into 3 styles. You may have heard of them: passive, aggressive, and assertive. In general, passive communicators tend to hold on or withhold how they feel or think. They usually try to avoid conflict, can allow themselves to be taken advantage of or treated unfairly, and they hold the view that others' needs are important, but theirs aren't. Passive communication looks like poor eye contact, being soft-spoken, allowing others to infringe on your rights. What it might sound like, I'm really tired of washing the dishes. Aggressive communication tends to express thoughts and feelings by shouting or raising your voice, arguing and throwing things, or getting physical with others. You may hold on to the view that your needs are important, but the needs of others aren't. Aggressive communication looks like frequently interrupting and not listening to others, using criticism or humiliation, becoming easily frustrated. What it might sound like, I do the dishes all the time and I'm fed up. Assertive communicators tend to express their feelings and needs in a way that also respects the rights of others. They hold the view that both theirs and others' needs are important. Assertive communication looks like maintaining good eye contact, clearly and calmly stating your needs and wants, and listening without interrupting. What it might sound like, I would appreciate it if you would help me wash the dishes. Number 3, Effective communication is about speaking and listening. We've talked about the speaking part. Now how about the listening part? Listening can be done passively or actively. Do you have someone in your life who you would describe as a good listener? I do, and I appreciate them. They have a way of making me feel heard and special, that what I'm saying is important. I'm important to them, and that makes me feel good. Active listening is the key to any relationship. To be an active listener is to give your full attention to a conversation, not interrupting, making eye contact, and nodding as a way of acknowledging you hear what the other person is saying. Restating what you think the other person said in your own words communicate, hey, I was listening, and not thinking about what to make for supper. If you don't understand something that was said, ask questions. Active listening is a skill, and like anything else, you get better at it the more you practice. Hey, that sounds like a challenge. So consider trying to be more aware of how you say things, your communication style, or practice being an active listener. I really believe in this stuff, and I hope you'll find it helpful and useful. Let's check in again and see how you're doing, because challenges can provide the opportunity for change. Come on, together we can learn to live life well. Thanks for watching. See you soon.